In this video, we'll be looking at words that are homophones or near homophones. Homophones are words that sound the same but have different spellings and meanings. Let's take a look at some examples. Allowed and allowed. Effect and affect. Past and past. Complement and compliment. Cereal and cereal. It's important to choose the correct homophone so that your writing makes sense to your reader. For example, if I wanted to write the sentence, "Before flying, the pilot walked down the aisle and checked on the passengers," I'd need to use the homophone aisle, spelled A-I-S-L-E. This word means that the pilot walked between the seats and checked on the passengers. If I were to choose the wrong homophone and spell aisle as I-S-L-E, the sentence would have a different meaning. Now, the pilot is walking down an island and checking on their passengers, which doesn't make as much sense. Although many homophones just have to be learned as they don't follow a specific rule, there is a rule that can help us with choosing when to use the letter C and when to use the letter S. Take a look at these pairs of homophones. Advice and advise, device and devise, license and license, practice and practice. In each of these pairs, the noun is spelt using CE at the end, and the verb is spelt using SE at the end. This means that if you want to give someone advice, which is a noun, you'd spell it using the letter C. And if you're asked to advise someone, which is a verb, you would use the letter S. Top tip, to remember whether to use a C or an S, use the sentence, "The cat sat." In this sentence, the noun, cat, begins with a C, and the verb sat begins with an S. This can help us to remember to use a C for nouns and an S for verbs. As with all spellings, it's important to check that the word you've written down looks right in the sentence. If it doesn't, put a line through it and try a different spelling. For our first question, you're being asked to fill in the missing letter for each word that's in bold. Remember, the cat sat. If the word is a noun, use a letter C, and if it's a verb, use the letter S. Let's take a look at the first sentence. I need to practice my times tables before the test. Is the word practice being used as a noun or a verb? Well done if you said verb. This practice is missing the letter S. The second sentence says, the witch's prophecy suggested that Macbeth would one day be king. Is the word prophecy being used as a noun or a verb? Well done if you said it was a noun. The word prophecy is missing the letter C. Finally, to go skydiving without an instructor, you will need a special license. Is the word license missing a C or an S? Well done if you said that it's missing the letter C, because it's being used as a noun. Well done if you managed to correctly answer all three of those questions. Hoo-yah! For our next question, you're being asked to circle the correct homophone in each sentence. Think carefully about which word both looks right and gives the sentence the correct meaning. If you'd like the time to read through the questions, pause the video now and hit play again when you're ready to hear the answers. Let's take a look at the answers. The first sentence says, my breakfast cereal tasted a little strange this morning. Which homophone is the correct choice? Well done if you chose cereal, spelt C-E-R-E-A-L. Next, we need to alter these invitations so that they contain the correct date. Which homophone would you choose? Well done if you said alter, spelt A-L-T-E-R. This also means change. Finally, although Joy ran farther than me, I completed the fastest lap. What do you think? Well done if you chose farther, spelt F-A-R-T-H-E-R. The other option is the name someone might call their dad, and definitely doesn't fit this sentence. Well done if you spotted all 3 of the correct homophones. Hoo-yah! For our final question, you'll see a set of 3 sentences on the screen, each with a missing word. I'll read the word, then the word in the sentence, and then I'll repeat the word. A 10-second timer will then start, and you have until the end of that 10 seconds to write down your answer on a piece of paper or on a whiteboard. Top tip, check to see if your spelling looks right. If it doesn't, put a line through it and try a different way. If you need longer to answer the question, simply hit pause at any time. And when the timer finishes, the answer will appear. Good luck! The word is dessert. I had a delicious cake for my dessert. The word is dessert. Dessert is spelt D-E-S-S-E-R-T. The word is herd. A herd of wildebeest ran past my window this morning. The word is herd. Herd is spelt H-E-R-D. The word is guessed. When I wasn't sure, I guessed the spelling and got it right. The word is guessed. Guessed is spelt G-U-E-S-S-E-D. Hoo-yah! Well done if you spelled all 3 of those homophones correctly. I hope you found this video useful, and if you need any more English help, then head over to the Twinkl website where we've got lots more videos just like this one.